Welcome back. Certainly no margin for error for Barcelona here this afternoon, with Real Madrid putting together a very consistent run of wins and Atletico Madrid refusing to go away in this title race. And ball immediately against Piqué. No changes in personnel out there. It ought to have been quite a confident Valencia dressing room at half-time with that goal just before the break from Dani Parejo that cancelled out the earlier Barcelona goal from Alexis Sanchez. Equally, David, I don't think too much consternation in the Barca dressing room, because they played extremely well in the first half, and had it not been for Diego Alves, it would have been 3, maybe even 4 goals up before that equaliser came.
Absolutely right. The style and passage of the play from Barcelona have been second to none. As you see once again, Valencia just giving up the ball, and straight away Barcelona on their front foot. You've also got to take into account as well, Kevin, that Ricardo Costa had a great opportunity. It was a glaring miss, but generally, when you look at the goalkeepers, Diego Alves has been by far the more active, and he's coped very, very well so far.
Pablo, rather Juan Bernat. Piatti has made his way into the middle. The pass not good enough, and he committed a lot of players forward of the ball there, 6 of them in total, Valencia. This is Pedro. Dani Alves. Messi almost got onto the rebound. Hasn't scored in his last 8 league appearances. All his goals in 2014 have come in the Copa del Rey. In terms of matches without a goal for Messi, it's just 3. But he hasn't gone 4 games without a goal since 2011. Romeo. Parejo. Feghouli. Pointing the run here from Barragán. It's in a lovely cross. And Piatti! What an astonishing goal from the smallest man on the pitch, Pablo Piatti. What a leap, and just enough on the header to get it beyond Victor Valdés, who got a touch to it, and get this scoreline. Barcelona 1, Valencia 2.
Well, it all stems with a great ball inside of Jordi Alba to start off with. Barragán, who has promoted himself into those areas time and time again. There's Sofiane Feghouli. He notices the run from Barragán, does really well, plays it towards the near post. It's Alcácer who gets the first header under pressure from Piqué, but the ball just loops up in the air. And you're right in what you're saying about Piatti. The commitment against Dani Alves was second to none. He wanted to go and win that ball. Victor Valdés was slightly off his line, 3 or 4 yards, and he's not able to move his feet quickly enough to grab hold of the ball. But great header from the smallest man on the field. Barcelona have a lot of small players, but Piatti at 5'4.5" wins that header. And what a shock that is to the second half.
Desire, quite simply, won the day there. Now then, league leaders and reigning champions, what have you got by way of reply? Parejo. Barragán out of position. Feghouli quick to drop back into the right back berth. Fabregas. And it ought to draw a response from Barcelona. Here's Messi. Xavi. Busquets. Surreal atmosphere around the stadium right now. Stunned, I think, would be the word. Here's Pedro for Jordi Alba. Corner, run off Javi Fuego. This is Messi. Oh, lovely turn! Great tip over by Diego Alves. That was heading in from the right foot of Messi.
Well, it certainly was. Again, a short corner taken, and you thought that Messi would have pulled the trigger with his left-hand side, shaped to shoot, come out on his right-hand side, sold that a dummy.
Messi's corner, firmly out by Costa. Oh, that looked a fair challenge on first viewing from Jordi Alba. He's got a yellow card for that. Seemed to win the football fairly to me. He certainly thought so.
He's certainly not noted as one of the more physical players. There's Jordi Alba against Bernat. You just wonder whether or not it's the intent as well, Kevin, where he's just lifted off his feet, just caught the studs there into Juan Bernat. But prior to this game, there was only 5 sides who've scored here at the Camp Nou. Conceded 6, and the only side to have scored twice was Sevilla. Now we've got to put Valencia to that list now.
Given away by Piatti. Here's Xavi. In by Dani Alves. Pedro trying to cushion that towards Messi, and Perez Montero points to the penalty spot. Ricardo Costa argues the situation with Pedro, and he's also going to get a yellow card, Ricardo Costa, but he's saying it's off the chest. He gave himself a few seconds there, David, the referee, before pointing for the penalty.
Well, he certainly did, and we'll have to look at that once again. As that ball comes over to Pedro, you can see it just hits the shoulder, doesn't it, of Ricardo Costa. Does it deny a goal-scoring opportunity for Lionel Messi? Because he was in behind Ricardo Costa. He'll say it's a harsh decision, Ricardo Costa, but the referee, he deemed it to be a handball offence. This is now a great opportunity for Lionel Messi. Hasn't scored in La Liga for 125 days.
Still the arguments ensue. But it's Messi who had a penalty saved in the Copa del Rey 2 years ago by the man who stands between him and an equaliser. Messi against Diego Alves. Brave attempt from the goalkeeper, but Messi back amongst the goals again. Valencia feeling hard done to. Another referee, another day. Costa might well have got away with that. But once again, we're all square.
Well, we certainly are, and it doesn't matter what goalkeeper in the world goes to his left-hand side. He isn't going to save that. It's the height, the trajectory, the pace and the whip on the ball. Diego Alves goes the correct way, but no chance whatsoever. It's the 5th penalty that Barcelona have converted this season. 2 of them have come from Messi, 1 from Iniesta, Fabregas and Neymar. But it's a great response, and it's good to see the diminutive Argentine get back onto the goal-scoring sheet in respect of La Liga.
But David, do Valencia have a right to feel hard done to there?
I think they do, Kevin, as far as I'm concerned. Hits the shoulder. Some referees, as you're right to say, would give it. Some others wouldn't. And Ricardo Costa, he'll feel harshly adjudged to have had that penalty taken against him, but also to have been given a yellow card.
Well, it was a cracking game at the Mestalla when they met early on in the season. There was 5 goals there, and all of them came in the first half. Messi scored a hat-trick, and Helder Postiga, who's now left on loan for the rest of the season to Lazio, pulled a couple back before half-time. Free kick in favour of Valencia. Busquets just took one there from Javi Fuego. Valencia possession back though. Fabregas quickly across to deny Bernat the space. A fascinating final 35 minutes on offer here. Here's Messi. Trademark little nutmeg, and Costa got to him quickly. Messi thought it was a foul. Xavi. Romeo with a good challenge. Away by Mathieu. Very convincingly. Poor clearance up from Mathieu. And again, doesn't really make amends for it. This is Fabregas. And Alexis trying to feed Messi. It will be a goal kick to Valencia.
Well, you could hear the crowd behind Diego Alves' goal, just asking the referee a question whether or not Ricardo Costa had handballed that situation. You see the excellent set piece from Lionel Messi, much to the applause there from the Barcelona players, Carlos Puyol being certainly one of those. But certainly is another good response from Barcelona after Piate's mesmeric header, which took Valencia into the lead in the second half. But I can say, Kevin, I know we've only got 30 minutes to go. It's not going to be at the end of the goal scoring. I hope I'm not going to put a dampener on it, but you can't see it finishing 2-2.
Well, both sides clearly intent on the win. Here's Parejo. Feghouli sold a little short by the pass. And Jordi Alba prevents the corner. Just wanted to further into his stride there, Feghouli.
Well, what I think Dani Parejo was looking for, he was looking for more of a diagonal run from Feghouli to allow Jordi Alba to go with Feghouli and then pass that side to Barragán once again. Sometimes you've got to be unselfish with your running.
Here's Feghouli. Oh, there's a goal! And Valencia back in front again. Paco Alcácer. And what an unbelievable game we've got here at the Camp Nou. They won't lie down, Valencia. Belief is total. And Alcácer's got them in front again.
You talk about desire. And certainly with Feghouli, Sofiane Feghouli does so well. But questions I would have to ask if I was Tata Martino. It's a throw-in on the near side. He's able to get hold of that ball with no pressure around him to start with, but does really well. There we see, no pressure whatsoever. 4 Barcelona players in and around him. Again, you look at Sergio Busquets. The challenge that he makes on Sofiane Feghouli is far too weak. But once again, Feghouli, he gets himself to the byline, pulls the ball back for Alcácer. It's an excellent strike from the young striker. This is only his second La Liga goal. And what a great game this is.
First time this season that Barcelona have conceded 3 goals in a game. Now the crowd will ask for another response. We may get it from the main man. It's Messi. Just took on too much, and he had a pass on. Xavi. In by Dani Alves. Didn't take long for David Phillips. Thoughts to come to fruition that there would be at least one more goal in this game.
But I have to look at, again, you talk about combative midfielders. Sergio Busquets, source of 2 goals as far as I'm concerned. He's lost 2 challenges, and that's brought Valencia 2 goals from them. He's got to be a lot stronger, Kevin. I know that Sofiane Feghouli is inside of the 18-yard box, and a lot of players are very reluctant to make any sort of challenges. But you'd rather somebody make a challenge than no challenge at all.
Fans of the 2 big clubs in the capital, needless to say, will be loving this. And by Alexis, a little touch off the chest, and Messi was clever enough but didn't quite open up the route to goal for Fabregas, which was Leo Messi's intention. Real Madrid have got a far from easy game this weekend, away to an in-form athletic Bilbao. They've not been beaten at their new San Mamés stadium yet. Atletico Madrid will be at home to Real Sociedad, and that's not a gimme either.
Well, you talk about Real Madrid and you look at Jeremy Mathieu. He was the last person to score against Real Madrid, Kevin, 748 minutes ago in game time.
8 straight clean sheets, which is a club record, by the way. This is Romeu. Well, Valencia won't mind if it remains quiet. But Tata Martino looking to light the touch paper and ignite the fuse with the impending arrival of Andres Iniesta.
I just wonder as well, when you look at that substitution, whether the likes of somebody like Cesc Fabregas will be one of those players to come off, because he's not really been that productive so far during the course of these opening 62 minutes.
Here's Messi. Alexis, Busquets, Xavi. A bit of the snap gone out of the Barcelona passing game. Tata Martino wanted to step up a gear or two. Saw plenty of that in the opening 40 minutes of the game.
Well, I think everyone in Barcelona are saying to the players at Valencia, how dare you come here and score 3 goals? You can't be doing that. But you have to say the commitment and the desire has been absolutely spot on.
Parejo draws the foul out of Alves. I wonder about the mental side of the Valencia players when they've seen some of their teammates leave the club on a permanent basis, go out on loan. Some big names: Helder Postiga, Ever Banega. Here's Piatti. Xavi. Look at the work rate. That was Barcelona-like from the white-shirted Valencia players. They're right up for this challenge.
And it's a different Valencia from the first half that we saw. They were very much holding back. 9 players behind the ball all the time, and then you've got to add the goalkeeper.
It's Xavi who's going to make way for Iniesta. Huge roar for the arrival of Andres Iniesta. Feghouli, that's a silly challenge from Jordi Alba. Feghouli exactly where he wanted him there.
Well, he certainly did. He had him in a locked-up situation where he wasn't going to get out. But you just see the arm going into the back of Feghouli. very easy now for anyone who's trying to protect the ball. As soon as an arm goes on them, they go down rather quickly, and 9 times out of 10 they will always get the foul given by the referee. See Diego Alves just slipping up there, much to the pleasure of the fans here in the Camp Nou.
Here's Bernat. I was saying at the start of commentary that I've done the last 2 Valencia games, and although they've both been drawn, they've played some really sweet football in both of those matches. And they've produced more of the same today in this second half. This is Messi running into Piatti. Eventually took on too much. And it's back in possession of Lionel Messi. And he's trying too much now. So often he's dragged Barcelona off the floor in his magnificent career. But there's still plenty of time to go, a little over a quarter of the match. They don't have to panic here. Iniesta, almost perfect weight for Alves.
As you're right to say, just nearly being the right word, but great run from Dani Alves once again in behind. Bernat has to be very careful. This is the goal from Alcácer. As I said, that in respect of Sergio Busquets, look, he just stands and just sticks out his leg, Kevin. Allows for Gulli to get towards the byline, and there's only one thing you're going to do when you get to the byline, is pull that ball back. And there you can see Alcácer doing the right thing as a striker would do in those situations, attacking the near post and then just wrapping his foot around it. But I look at the situation of the throw, far too easy for Gulli getting hold of that ball, and it's a poor challenge, or an attempt of a challenge from Sergio Busquets.
Mathieu. Forward by Bernat, no white shirt in particular. Busquets. Messi. Pedro, chance to run at Barragan. Teasing all in. Jordi Alba just couldn't control what he hoped was going to be a volley into the back of the Valencia net. Mistake by Piqué. Very close to bringing Alcácer down there, which would have been a certain red card for Gerard Piqué. Got away with it.
I think he's a very, very lucky man, Gerard Piqué.
Sponsored by Bet365. Sponsored by Bet365.
Oh, Diego Alves! My goodness! That's oh, he's picked the ball up here.
That's got to be a back pass, hasn't it, from Jeremy Mathieu? If that is the case. Or has it been that Cesc Fabregas touched the ball, then he was able to pick up the ball?
Well, certainly an inquiry, wasn't there? But what a risk the Brazilian goalkeeper took there.
In fact, I think it was Alexis, wasn't it, in the end? Not Cesc Fabregas.
Simply absorbing game at the Camp Nou. With a few twists, I'm sure, with 20 minutes to go. Fabregas, Busquets. Mascherano. Now Iniesta. Pedro. Iniesta away from Romeu and out by Ricardo Costa. Here's Messi. Might drop here for Fabregas. Feghouli needs to regain his feet and did. Look at Macher bursting out from the back. Valencia 3-2 up. This is the central defender in open play. We've got 4-on-4 here, and it's away by Mascherano. Back out to Macher via Feghouli. Victor Valdez finding that awkward. And away come Barcelona. Game really stretched. None the worse for that.
Oh, I thought that was a little bit harsh. Foul on Lionel Messi, but great run, wasn't it, from Jeremy Macher down that left-hand side. And that was the time where he had to over-hit the ball. Great opportunity. There were two players on the far post. And I just wonder, I think this is a good move here from Pizzi. We know that Vargas has just come onto the board here for Valencia. Alcázar has worked really, really hard, but as we know with Vargas on loan from Napoli, he's got good pace, and he'll sense there is an opportunity to utilise that pace.
A La Liga debut for the 24-year-old Chilean international. 27 caps, 11 goals. As David said, he's come on loan from Napoli, who paid €13.5 million for him just 2 years ago. Very much needed to get a striker in after letting Postiga go out on loan, and so too the Colombian Dorlan Pabon. The fresh legs will certainly keep Mascherano and Piqué honest. Busquets. Sweeping pass, which was knocked initially by Dani Alves, and then he's fouling Piatti. Done a good job. Pablo Piatti up and down, shuttles on that left-hand side for Valencia.
I'll tell you what, he does so well here, Pablo Piatti, because it's a great ball from Sergio Busquets with his left foot. Diagonal ball into the path of Dani Alves once again, but you saw with Piatti the commitment, the desire to backtrack, and that's what you have to do if you're the wider player, the midfield unit of Valencia. You have to track the advancement of Jordi Alba one side and Dani Alves the other side. But certainly Piatti has done really well, especially the second half.
Christian Teo getting stripped and ready for action for Barcelona.
Which is ignite a little bit more pace then, Kevin.
It's Dani Parejo for Piatti. Iniesta in the way. Alexis. Iniesta. Jordi Alba playing against his former team, of course. Iniesta. Messi. Seen him do this quite a bit recently. Lionel Messi coming really deep to look to affect the play. There's been some suggestion he's maybe just testing his recent injury out a little more by not looking for quite so many bursts of acceleration, which might just test that problem, if there is one that remains. They need him now. He's lost out. This is Vargas. No support at the moment. And that will do from Eduardo Vargas. Here's Feghouli. Romeu. 15 minutes to go. Barcelona with work to do. On by Feghouli, it's offside against Vargas.
Well, now we'll give an opportunity for Christian Teo to come onto the field. You know that he's noted as being the quickest player in the Barcelona ranks.
Cesc Fabregas has made way. Now we've got a very interesting lineup out there. We've got Pedro, Alexis and Teo. Jordi Alba. Alexis is going to play as an out-and-out number 9 now. He wears that number on his shirt, but doesn't really know that well enough. Messi will look to play just off him. It's going to be a booking here.
So Jordi Alba, that he's sent off then, isn't he?
Yep.
It's two yellows, equals a red.
So Jordi Alba, against his former club Valencia, is sent off. And with 13 minutes to go, the reigning champions and league leaders, a goal down and a man down.
Well, Kevin, you tell me, does that warrant a second yellow card? He stood his ground, eventually turned his back on Sofiane Feghouli. He goes down. So cheap as far as I'm concerned.
It was theatrical from Feghouli. It brought the referee's attention. Mascherano's gone in at left back. Busquets at the moment is playing alongside Piqué. Valencia have a free kick in a good position now.
So tell me now then, Kevin, if he doesn't book him for that, that makes a mockery of Jordi Alba, because the official is no more than 10 yards away. I hope he is booking him for that.
Well, had to. Deliberate handball that from Javier Mascherano.
Well, we know what Barcelona will do now. They're just going to play through at the back, aren't they? They will just keep on doing what they've been doing most of the game. They just change it at the back, just play through. They've done it many times before.
It's a risk, but probably one they have to take in their current predicament. Piatti over the free kick. Another goal for Valencia. Probably puts the game to bed. Oh, that could have flown towards goal. Piqué was happy it wasn't.
I think very fortunate there in the end from Gerard Piqué. Nice little ball in from Pablo Piatti. I think Victor Valdez would have had that covered towards the far post. There's certainly worrying moments for Barcelona.
They'll take every opportunity to run the clock down. Don't blame Valencia for that. Parejo urged to get on with the corner. Oh, driven in with real ferocity by Feghouli.
So that was a strike, wasn't it? And you could hear the thump. I think it was coming off Sergio Busquets.
This is going to call on all Barcelona's quality and skill. We know they've got it in abundance. Yep, three at the back. It's the message from Martino. Held up well by Alexis. Here's Messi. Dani Alves! They're claiming that Diego Alves got a fingertip to that. Referee says no.
Well, I'm not quite so sure, but nice strike from Dani Alves on the angle. It's a very tight one, Kevin, isn't it, to call? But the referee has given the slight advantage. I think he gets the faintest of touches, doesn't he, right at the end. Perez Montero decided that the goalkeeper hadn't got a fingertip to it, and there was the goal kick, but still have to worry about these attempts from Barcelona, even though they're down to 10. They've had 17 attempts so far, as opposed to Valencia 7. But you still wouldn't bet against Barcelona getting a third, would you?
In by Piatti. So behind, so Valdez will want to get across this goal kick quickly. And Busquets. Iniesta. And hit Messi. Looks down the tamely. Here's Bernat. Romeo. Parejo. It's nicely worked by Valencia. Piatti. Bernat. Oh, got beyond Victor Valdez. It's excellent clearance from Mascherano. Piatti just eventually ran out of legs there. Busquets. Teo. Barragan's interception, and this is Vargas. Well, you say, David, you wouldn't rule out a Barcelona third. I wouldn't entirely rule out a Valencia fourth, because they are counter-attacking really well.
Well, they certainly are, and the commitment there is to create those overlaps, as you saw there with Barragan. Ball goes into Vargas, he tries to get in behind him, but they're going to have to be a little bit careful. Certainly in possession, Kevin, what I'd be saying if I was Pizzi is make that pitch a lot bigger. Utilise the added person that you've got.
That's exactly what they do here with Barragan. They'll get a corner out of it. They're claiming handball against Mascherano. Had that been given, it wouldn't only have been a penalty, it would have been a second yellow card for the Argentine. Barragan's sure it stuck his hand here, his arm. It did.
Well, once again, you've got the official no more than 10 to 15 yards away.
Convinced that struck the right hand of Mascherano. In comes the corner. Drop kindly here again for Parejo. Support from Vargas. Another Valencia corner kick, where they want to be, with a little over 5 minutes to go. It's an easy take for Valdez. Messi. Alexis. Costa trapped the run of Messi. Iniesta. Iniesta's run into Feghouli. Here's Parejo. Looking for Vargas. Piqué. Busquets. Teo. Pull back looking for Iniesta. It's comfortable defending for Valencia. Well, Barcelona have put together 25 successive home wins in the league since October 2012 when Real Madrid got a 2-2 draw, and that record is under severe threat here as Valencia look to replace Pablo Piatti with Fede.
Well, I think he's worked really hard, Pablo Piatti, especially in the second half, and the desire to score for Valencia.
I tell you what, I bet he hasn't scored many headed goals in his career, David, but he'll remember that one, not only for the stage in which it came, but also the height he got on that header. A little over 5 feet 4 inches tall, Pablo Piatti. That was a reward for great endeavour.
I seem to remember him scoring a header against Real Madrid, Kevin, when they lost that match 3-2 at home when they were at the Mestalla.
Here's Iniesta. Messi had his shirt pulled there quite clearly. Referees missed it. Iniesta. Valencia pegged back again, which was the theme of the opening 40 minutes of this game. What you'll see from the replay of our Spanish colleagues show it that Messi was clearly having his shirt pulled. Perez Montero, the referee, missed it.
Well, he certainly did. Whether or not he had a decent view of it, we'll have to look again. You can see him on his near side here. Plays the ball into Iniesta. Javi Fuego has got his left arm wrapped around Lionel Messi. I think it was on the blind side of the referee, so obviously he couldn't give that one. But Javi Fuego got away with that one.
Time running out here for Barca. Pizzi, who won his first game in charge of Valencia, the derby at home to Levante, and he hasn't had a win since. Coming back to his old club and on the cusp of a famous victory. Taking age over the free kick, being allowed to Valencia. Piqué. Mascherano. 90th minute now. Dani Alves. And it's Messi. Excellent block from Oriol Romeo. On for Vargas to chase. Bouncing ball might be awkward here for Piqué, but he made light of it. Vargas still a nuisance.
Oh, what a important block that was from Romeo. Thought that Lionel Messi was going to pull the trigger, but he invited the challenge from the Valencia midfielder. But he stood his ground.
Barcelona would settle for a point now. 4 added on minutes. This is Fede. Parejo, it's a lovely return pass, and Barcelona are down here 3-2. Can they exploit it, Valencia? No, away by Piqué. Look at Feghoulli's reaction. That was surely the pass for Fede. Well, David, after what we witnessed in the opening 35 minutes or so of this match, you would never have envisaged a scoreline like we see at the top of the screen.
No, you certainly wouldn't, Kevin. And it was just because Valencia was sitting back in the first half, inviting pressure time and time again. But then it's all about that belief, isn't it? They got that first goal from Parejo.
It's still time for Barcelona. It's Messi! Oh, there was the opportunity. There was the man they wanted on that opportunity, and we're blinking in disbelief.
Well, people will turn around and say, well, if that was on his left-hand side, that would have been in the back of the net, but it doesn't matter. In those positions, Lionel Messi is the best, as far as I'm concerned, in the business. Great opportunity, good play between himself and Iniesta. Diego Alves, the faintest of touches with his right foot, and that is what stopped Lionel Messi getting his equaliser.
And again, wasn't spotted by the officials. It was a faint touch, but it was an absolutely crucial one from Diego Alves. And although everybody inside this ground and we on first viewing thought that was a Messi miss, that is a big save from the foot of Diego Alves. Meantime, on comes Michel for Dani Parejo. Has to go long from Alves. Just over a minute to go. Teo, even his pace couldn't get into that. An astonishing afternoon, David, at the Camp Nou.
Well, it certainly is. And any betting man, when you'd have seen the form that Valencia were in, only picking up 8 points, will see another yellow card for time wasting to Diego Alves. 8 points away from home, 2 wins at Granada and Getafe. And then coming here to the Camp Nou, there's only been 2 other sides who've beaten Barcelona this year. Ajax is one, Athletic Bilbao the other. But they'll still believe they've got another 30 seconds, might still be another opportunity. But you have to give a lot of credit to Juan Antonio Pizzi, the new coach at Valencia. A lot of players have gone out in this transfer window, and he selected a side to come and do the business, and have they managed to do it?
Well, this is it. Virtually the last opportunity. In by Alves, out by Barragán. We're into the last 10 seconds now. And surely Valencia have done enough. Perhaps a pivotal day in the title race, because the league leaders have been beaten. They could be off the top of the table for the first time since the start of last season. And they've suffered their first league defeat at the Camp Nou since Real Madrid won here in April 2012. It was a wonderful start to the game. They played brilliantly for the first 40 minutes when they could have put Valencia to the sword, but for some excellent Diego Alves goalkeeping. But great spirit from Pizzi's Valencia. And Barcelona succumb. Final score, an extraordinary afternoon at the Camp Nou. Barcelona 2, Valencia 3.